Good morning to one and all. I am very much thankful to everyone being here today. In the last lecture, we were saying that RMC plant, uh, their layout and the production capacity of a particular RMC plant. Then the manufacturing process of the RMC plant, and also the difference between the ready mix plant and the central plant. Okay. So, in case of the ready mix plant, all other ingredients are mixed except water. Okay. In the ready mix plant, what we are going to do, all the other ingredients are mixed together except water. So in case of ready mix plant, we cannot add the water, but while in case of the central plant, water is also mixed along with the other ingredient. Okay. So this is a particular difference between the ready mix plant and the central mix plant. Okay. So in case of ready mix plant, only the water is not mixed with the ingredient. In case of the central plant, the water is also mixed along with the other ingredients ingredient of the concrete. Then we also say that in the conclusion part, ready-mix concrete is a modern technique of production of concrete in massive quantity away from the actual site of placing. It is very useful where demand of concrete is very high and construction sites are in congested area where mixing on site is not possible due to the lack of storage place. We also seen that RMC is ready to use material. It is widely adopted throughout the world. Then it gives the higher strength to the structure and it also provides higher durability to the structure. Then also we was seen that it is suitable for huge industrial and residential project where time plays an important role. So if you want to minimize the time, then we have to go for the ready-mix concrete as compared to the manual and the semi-automatic or the manual mixing of the concrete. Then we also seen that in the conclusion part. So ultimately it provide economy in the construction and better finishes to the structure. So in case of the massive concrete, in case of the construction of the bridges, okay, in case of the high-rise building constructions, if you go with the ready-mix concrete, then ultimately the time of the project and the economy we can achieve in better way. And hence, nowadays the advantages of RMC are realized by the engineers and the contractor in the construction industry. So this part we was seen in the last lectures. So in today's lecture, we are going to deal with the types of concrete mixers. Okay. So depending upon the you can say the constructions. Okay, we are going to select the different types of the concrete mixers. So in today's lecture, we are going to learn regarding about the different types of the concrete mixers. Now, before going into details, in case of the concrete mixers, we should know the preamble for these particular articles. So, concrete is one of the demanding material which is used for the purpose of construction, which is made up of cement, aggregate, that is fine aggregate and coarse aggregate, water and other strengthening admixtures. In other words, to get the best quality of concrete, ingredients of concrete are pre-designed. If the ingredients of concrete are not so as per the pre-designed proportion, or if they are not properly mixed with each other, then what will be happening? There is a chance of getting very poor quality of concrete. Therefore, concrete mixers are the machine which help in mixing the ingredient of the concrete and make the concrete paste in workable condition. In other words, the machine which is used for mixing the concrete is known as the mechanical concrete mixers, or in simple word, the concrete mixer. The concrete mixer is used to mix cement with aggregate including sand or gravel and mix, but they should also discharge the mix without disturbing that uniformity. When in absence of concrete mixers or while working on the small job, concrete is sometimes mixed manually, but due to the carelessness of the labor, sometimes the concrete is either mixed poorly or is frequently overmixed. Hence, it is advisable to mix the concrete with the help of the concrete mixers. Whatever may be the method of mixing the material for the preparation of concrete, it should be done thoroughly to ensure the uniform distribution of material in concrete mass, and this can be judged by the uniform color and consistency of the concrete. So remember, mixing is the heart of concrete, and poor mixing means it is not qualified to be called as a concrete. So the concrete mixers is very, you can say, one of the important part of uh, the concrete mixers mixing. Okay, so I will share the presentation with all of you. So what do you mean by the concrete mixers? Okay, so can you able to see the slide? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the concrete mixers, what do you mean by the concrete mixers? So in front of you, this is a tilting type of the concrete mixers. So concrete mixer is a machine or a device which homogeneously combines cement, fine aggregate, coarse aggregate and water to form the concrete. So which is known as the concrete mixers. So whatever may be the ingredient we have to mix together in a particular mixers. So we have generally different types of the mixers. So which type of mixer we have to select for a particular mixers, that is the challenges in front of us for producing a very good concrete. Okay. So as an engineer, our responsibility is that, for example, if you want to construct a bridge, okay, bridge piers, or if you want to do the concreting underwater, or in case of the various high-rise buildings. So the selections of the concrete mixers is very important. Okay. So sometime as per the you can say the bad selections of the concrete mixers, the whole the homogeneity, the important things is that the homogeneity in between the various ingredients is very important. So we will get a dense concrete. Otherwise, the slump value we cannot achieve as per the specified value by the IS. So the concrete mixer and their selections is a very, you can say the vital role. This plays an important role in case of the concrete mixer. Then, if you see the classifications of the concrete mixers, we have generally different types of the concrete mixers. The continuous mixers are there, and the batching mixers are there. So as far as concerned with the batch mixers, we have pan mixers, okay, and we have the drum mixers. Then tilting type, if you see in case of the drum mixers, we have three types generally: tilting type mixers, then non-tilting type mixers, and reversing type mixers. So let us try to understand in case of the continuous mixers and batch mixers, okay. Now this is a continuous mixers, okay. So the continuous mixers are used in case of the massive construction site, such as for the constructions of dam and bridges and the high-rise buildings, okay. So this type of the continuous mixers are used in case of the dams, bridges, the high-rise buildings, which involves the use of large masses of concrete and also require continuous flow of concrete. In continuous mixers, what will be happening? The weighing, loading and mixing of concrete ingredient as well as the discharging of the concrete mixer is done continuously. It mixes ingredient continuously and in a single pass. Okay. So we have these silos. So this is a, you can say, the continuous mixer. This is a particular silos in which the cement is stored. Then this is a particular pipe which is connected to this particular mixers, and this is a, you can say, the tray in which the coarse aggregate and the fine aggregate are discharged. Okay, then the cement is coming from this particular pipe from the silos, then it come into the this particular mixers, then all the other ingredients like as a coarse aggregate and fine aggregate are come into the mixers, and then what we are doing here, the weigh batching is done, also the mixing is done. We have to add the water with certain proportions. Okay, and then with the help of this, the belt conveyor, this is a belt conveyor. From this, after mixing, the with the help of this belt conveyor, the concrete is discharged into the this tilting type, you can say, the mixers. Okay, this is a, this mixers is mounted on a truck or dumpers. Okay, so this is a ready for discharging this concrete mixer as a, at a particular site. So as far as the continuous mixer concerned, so the continuous process is going on, and we have to use for the purpose of constructions of the dams, bridges, where continuous concreting is required. So we will see from a particular video how the process is going on in a particular the continuous mixers. Okay. So I would like to, you can say, share this particular video by using. Okay, I will share you this particular with the computer files, so as you can able to hear properly. So
good afternoon, everyone. I've got a good one for you today. Today we're pouring concrete again, and this is what we call an on-site pour. So we have all our materials on site. So there's our pile of rock. There's our pile of sand. And we have the truck backed up to the pump there. You see the pump up there. And the loader just keeps loading the truck.
voice is coming. Yes, anybody tell me, voice is coming?
As we're pouring, we have a water trailer there too that I'll show you. And that there is cement bulkers that keep filling the truck up as well to keep the powder full as we pour. So here we got our water trailer hooked up through that hose. So there's the water trailer hooked up to the truck, and we just keep that water tank, which is right here, keep that water tank full as we're pouring continuously. So we're pouring into the pump there. And then we're actually pouring a couple grain bin pads here. So this one here we got to do yet, and we're just almost finished that one over there. That there is called a spin screed. They just keep pouring it in front of the screed. The screed spins as it moves, and it just screeds the surface level. So as you can see on this one, the sides are really thick, and we've already filled the thickened part up on this one here. And now we're just filling in the surface. And then as you can see there, he's bull floating it after the spin screed. So what bull floating does, it pushes the rocks down and it brings up the creamier surface that you can finish and seal up the surface. And like I was saying, this is our cement bulker, which is hooked up directly to the truck there. And up top, on top of the truck, what you see here, right there, is a dust bag that just collects the dust, so that as you're blowing the cement powder into the bin, that it doesn't just, the dust all escapes. It actually just, most of it stays in that bag as you fill the bin. And then we just fill the bin continuously, or just start and stop as we need more powder. Another thing we got to keep full is our admix tanks. Air entrained concrete, so our air entrainment admixture is inside the tank that he's just checking there. And then we brought a couple totes of admixture on site as well, which is inside those totes right there. And we just go and fill a pail and then go dump it in the truck. There'd probably be better ways of doing that, but just filling a pail and dumping it in the truck, that certainly works. So there you have it. This is what we call an on-site pour, where we bring everything on site and use one truck to pour all the concrete. So we can just keep going continuously for as long as it takes. So anyway, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
So this is the case of, you can say, the continuous mixing of uh, concrete at a particular site. Then the another important is that my voice is audible. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the batch mixers,
Yes, sir.
the drum mixers are there. Okay. So the batch mixer is one of the most the common type of mixers, and it is widely used to mix the concrete ingredient. Okay. It consists of a revolving drum with blades or buffaloes fitted within it. So in this type of mixers, all the materials of the desired proportion of mix and feed into the hopper of the revolving drum. Then the drum, on a being rotated at a certain speed, mixes the material with the help of a series of blades fitted inside. The resultant mixture is finally discharged from the drum and it is used for the ready for the use. Okay. As stated by the Dr. Chaira Ferraris, this is a physicist in a building material division of the National Institute of Standard and Technology, NIST, US Department of the Commerce. As per the NIST, it is very important to control the rotation speed of the drum, and in certain mixers, the angle of inclination of the rotation axis to get the good concrete or the mortar. So the angle of inclination of the rotation axis to get the good concrete or the mortar. This angle of inclination is very important. Okay. Then this is a particular, you can say, the concrete mixers. We have the tilting mixers. Okay. So as per the tilting mixers have a conical or ball shaped drum with vane inside. These type of mixers are preferable for mixes of low workability and those who containing large size aggregate. Okay. The mixers, what is happening? So we are discussing about the tilting type mixers. Okay. So where low workability and those for containing large size aggregate. So this type of tilting mixers are generally used. The mixers or the mixing chamber, which is known as the drum, is tilted. So this is a, you can see the mixer chamber, and this chamber is known as the drum. Is tilted for discharging the mixers. So this is continuously tilting. Okay. So if you see the technical specifications, this is a modern tilting type of the mixers which is mounted on a particular vehicles. Okay. So you can achieve the speed in construction. So this is mounted over the vehicles. Okay. So this is a chamber where the this is a cabin where the operator is sitting. Then on this particular place we have to keep or mount the particular drum, mixer drum. Okay. So if you see this type of model, this model is known as tilting mixers. So model CL400. Okay. The drum capacity, if you see the capacity of the drum, 6.1 meter cube. So you can mix at a particular time 6.1 meter cube of the concrete. Then the concrete output is 4 meter cube. Okay. Then capacity of this particular type of tilting mixers, 4 batch per hour. So in 1 hour, how much batch you can produce? 4 batch. Okay. So the power which is required 92 kilowatt, and the capacity of the bucket 650 liter, and the tire specification is also given. The weight of the particular equipment or the model is also given, 7600 kg, and the dimensions of this particular tilting mixer is given. Okay. So 7500 into 2700 into 3380. This is the particular dimensions of these tilting type mixers. Okay. So if you see the features and the advantages of this particular tilting drum concrete mixers, the tilting drum concrete mixers has reasonable structure, smooth movement, portable movement, and easy operations. So whenever there is the structures by we have to provide the, you can say, the concrete, dense concrete. Then if you use this type of the tilting drum mixers, so you can achieve the smooth movement, portable movement, and the easy operations. Then it has high mixing quality and efficiency. The quality of the concrete which is produced with the help of this type of the concrete mixers is very good, and the efficiency of the working of this type of particular equipment is also good. So which can meet the high requirement of the concrete in the construction project. The third important advantages of a particular tilting type drum mixers is that the machine has low workability noise. Okay. The noise is also produced very less, and it can largely save labor, time, and energy. Who is disturbing the class? Who is disturbing the class? Nabil Ahmed. Nabil Ahmed.
Yes, sir.
So we are here particularly we are discussing about the features and the advantages of tilting type drum concrete mixers. So the machine has low workability noise. Okay, the noise is very low, and it can be largely save labor time and energy. Then the another important, you can say the advantages of this particular type drum, it require low investment, which makes it acceptable, okay, to lots of small and medium construction projects. So this type of concrete mixers is generally acceptable to lots of small and the medium construction project. Now the another type of mixers is non-tilting mixers, okay. So what do you mean by the non-tilting mixers? In case of the non-tilting mixers, the mixer is not allowed to tilt, okay, and the axis of the mixer is always horizontal. So this is not tilted, okay, in clockwise or anti-clockwise directions. This is rotated in only the horizontal axis, not in a vertical axis. So in case of the tilting type mixers, you can rotate along the horizontal axis as well as in vertical axis. But in case of the non-tilting type of the mixers, the rotation is allowed only in horizontal directions. The discharge is done either by inserting a chute into the drum or by reversing the direction of rotation of drum, or sometime by splitting of the drum. Okay. So whatever may be the concrete after mixing, if you want to discharge this particular concrete, so we have to use the chute. Chute means a pipe. Okay. So we have to keep a pipe in front of this one face of this particular drum, and we have to discharge in case of the uh, where you want to place your concrete. Then or sometime by splitting of the drum, which is done rarely. Okay. Splitting means what? We have to split or discharge all the particular concrete after mixing in a particular places. Okay. So this is about the non-tilting mixers. Okay. So if you see here the non-tilting mixer, the technical specifications, we have different types of the model. For example, CL 1200, CL 2000, CL 3500, CL 4000. These are the model type. Okay. Now as per as concerned with the drum capacity, if you see in previous slide, this is a particular concrete drum, and if you see the drum capacity, so in case of the first model, the drum capacity is 1.8 meter cube. Then for the CL 2000, the drum capacity is 3 meter cube. Then for the this type of model type 5.4 meter cube, and for the CL 400 model type 6.1 meter cube. Then we get the concrete output. A good concrete output we will get 1.2 meter cube. For the second 2 meter cube, 3.5 meter cube, 4 meter cube. And if you see here loading ratio, as far as concerned with all of the models, the loading ratio is 76%. Okay. So the loading ratio is also very good. Then the metering means it is electronic weighing system. Uh, Somewhere the option is given. The weighing is done with the help of the electronic. Okay. Then capacity, if you see here, in 1 hour, this model is 4 batch per hour. You can get the output of this particular model is 4 batch per hour. Then almost all for all the types of the model, you will get the 4 batch per hour. Okay. So the engine model is also given. Then power, if you see here, the power consumption for the as the drum capacity is goes on increasing, the power consumption is also goes on increasing. Okay. So in case of the this particular drum capacity 1.8 meter cube, ultimately the power consumption is also less, 60 kilowatt. Okay. But in case of the drum capacity is 6.1 meter cube, the power consumption is also 92 kilowatt. So as the drum capacity is increases, the power consumption is also increases. Then we have the bucket capacity. for the first model 300 liter, then for second model 550 liter, then 650 liter, and for the fourth model is 650 liter. Then the another thing is given here, the tire, then weight is also given, and the dimensions of all the particular model is given. So this is a particular technical specification. So while writing the answer for this type of mixers, for example, the question is like this: what is the concrete mixers? Enlist the classification of the concrete mixers and write the descriptions and any four with detail. So while writing the, you can say, for example, in case of if you are writing the answer for this non-tilting type, so you have to write this particular, and also you have to write the drum capacity and the model and the concrete output, the concrete ratio and the capacity. So this four technical specification is very important while writing your answer: the drum capacity, concrete output, loading ratio and the capacity. Rest of, if you not write, then it is okay, but you have to write in your answer this particular 4 to 5 technical specifications, then your answer is acceptable. Okay, so this is my input how to write the answers. Okay, then if you see here, we have generally a non-tilting type, you can say the concrete mixers. Okay. So this is about, you can say, the non-tilting type drum. Okay. Then we have another very important, the drum is the reversing type drum. Now, in case of the non-tilting mixers, we have seen that it is rotated in only one direction, that is along the horizontal axis. Okay. So, in if you see the mechanism of the non-tilting mixers, mechanism of drum also come with reversing arrangement, which is known as the reversing drum mixers. So, in a reversing drum mixers, the ingredient of the concrete rotate in one direction and are discharged from the opposite directions. Okay. So this is a particular reversing trans. So reversing and the non-tilting type are similar. Okay, but what is a particular difference here? So all the ingredient, cement, sand, aggregate, and the fine and coarse aggregate, we have to mix in this particular hopper, and then we have to release all these ingredients into these particular drum mixers, and then the drum mixers is rotated in horizontal directions, and in this way wave batching is done and we will be get a dense concrete. So this is a particular reversing type of the drum mixers. Okay. So another type is very important, that is the pan type mixers. So this type of pan type mixers is generally used in the pre-stress and pre-concrete industry. Okay. So what do you mean by the pre-stress concrete and pre-cast concrete? Means the concrete which is generally you can say obtained in a particular industry, and then after casting of that particular panel you have to fix at a proper site. For example, if you see, you can obtain, you can construct a particular building, G+3 building in 8 to 10 days. In the first lecture we have seen in that lectures the advanced modern concrete constructions with the help of pre-stress and pre-cast. Pre-stress and pre-cast concrete is very important and it plays in the fast and speedy construction. So this type of pan mixers is used generally in the industry for the purpose of the mixing. Okay. So while you are casting a precast and pre-stress panels such as beam, columns and slab in the industry itself. So such type of pan type mixers is generally used. Then in the laboratories itself, for doing the experiment in the laboratory, we can use the pan type mixers. Okay. So a huge, you can say the applications of this particular pan type mixers is there. So pan type mixer consists of the cylindrical pan that contains set of blades which mix the concrete ingredient. Generally, the concrete mixers of a concrete discharge from the bottom of the pan. Okay. So how the discharge is going on? So we have the two outlet. After proper mixing with the help of this mechanism, we can release the concrete from this bottom pipe which is provided at the bottom of this particular pan type mixers. So let us see one small video regarding
UTest is a
the
leading
type.
global player in the construction materials test equipment sector, providing equipment and services in all areas.
UTest pan-type concrete mixers are designed for laboratory use to give efficient mixing of both wet and dry materials. In all models, pan rotation is achieved by a motorized system. Pans have lifting systems for the easy pouring and are removable for both cleaning and maintenance after mixing operations. In UTC 0752, the speed of the pan is adjustable by a speed control knob. Blades are fixed to the underside of the cover. In UTC 0750, the blades are free to rotate in the mixing medium. However, in UTC 0752, blades are also rotated by a motorized system. Both models are equipped with a scraping blade to clear inner side walls of the pan. Rubber wheels and a handle is utilized for easy transportation of the mixer in the lab. Seat the pan to the lifting mechanism. Lower the lift by using the lift wheel on the right side of the mixer. Lock the lifting mechanism. Plug in the power cable while the mixer is in off position and the control knob is in the leftmost position. Pour in the material that is going to be mixed. If the cover is open, pan and the blades will not operate as a safety feature. Position of the cover is detected by a safety switch. While closing the cover, push the start button and arrange the pan speed by using the knob. This is important to ensure smooth start-stop of the mixing operation. Lock the cover after it is completely lowered. Material addition is possible from the grid window without stopping the mixing operation. Use the scraping blade to include the accumulated material in the inner side of the pan to the mixture. After mixing is complete, stop the mixer by turning the knob to the initial position and pushing the stop button. Open the cover and elevate the pan to pour the mixture. Pan can be washed either with or without removing it from the mixer. If it is going to be washed while it is attached to the mixer, use unpressurized water to prevent excess splash of water.
So this is about, you can say, the pan mixers. Okay. Then the another important type of the mixers is the transit mixers. Okay. So this is the mixers, transit mixers is mounted on a truck or a dumper. Okay. This is generally taken the concrete mix from the RMC plant, and it is continuously rotating at a speed of 3 to 6, you can say, the rotation per minute. Okay. The special type of the concrete truck are made up of the transport and the concrete up to the construction site. Okay, this is known as the concrete mixers. They can be charged with a dry material and water with the mixing occurring transport during the transport. They can also be loaded from a central mix plant. With this process, the material has already been mixed prior to the loading. Okay. The concrete mixing transport truck maintains the material liquid state throughout the agitations or turning of the drum until delivery. Okay. So the rotation is continuously is there in case of the transit mixers until the concrete is delivered up to a particular site. There should be a continuous. You should remember that the continuous rotation will be going on up to the site. Okay. The interior of the drum on a concrete mixing truck is fitted with a special blade. In one rotation directions, the concrete is pushed deeper into the drum. This is the direction of drum is rotated while the concrete is being transported to the building site. When the drum rotates in the other direction, it pours the concrete out of the drums. So this type of concrete mixers is generally used to transport the concrete from the RMC plant or from the central plant up to your job site or up to your building site where the concrete is going on. So this is about the transit concrete mixers. Okay. Then this is, you can see, the highlights, whatever may be the things we have seen up till now. This is the you can see the highlights. So in the first column, if you see here, we have the types of drum mixers, and then in the second column we have the characteristics of the particular machineries. So in case of the non-tilting mixers, if you see here, a single drum rotating about horizontal axis, then a fixed blade work the concrete towards the discharge end of the mixers in order to provide a rapid rate of the discharge. Then the tilting drum mixers. Okay. They are most suitable for the concrete with a large size aggregate, and since they have a rapid discharge rate, are suitable for low workability concrete. So internal braid lift the tumble and the ingredient into the itself. So this is about the non-tilting type of the drum mixers. Okay. Then we also seen that the reversing mixers. So in case of the reversing mixers, if you see the characteristics, rotate in one direction for mixing and in the reverse directions for the discharge. One set of blades exit for the operation, and it provides efficient mixing with very little built within the mixers, are suitable with dry concrete mixers. So this is a special, you can see, the characteristics of the types of drum mixers. Then we have the question for discussion with the students. So the today's discussion question with all of you: which of the following type of concrete mixer is most commonly used in the precast concrete factory? So the first option is truck mounted mixers, then pan type mixers, then dual drum mixers, and the tilting drum mixers. So The question is for the discussion. Okay. So which type of the following concrete mixers is most commonly used in precast concrete factories? And we had a discussion earlier with this related with these questions. So I would like to ask these particular questions. Then tell me the answers, exact answer. Anybody from your group, from your class?
Sir, I think dual drum mixer.
So see again, this is a particular question. So which of the following type of concrete mixer is most commonly used in the precast concrete factory? So which type of concrete mixer generally we use?
Pan type mixer.
Which one?
Pan type.
Yes, yes. Okay, very nice. So can you explain why the pan type mixer is used? Because you should give me some, you can say, uh, discussion on this particular. Your question is correct. Pan type mixers. Can you elaborate why one should go for the pan type mixers? Hello? Earlier you have seen that the theoretical portion on video regarding about the pan type mixers, okay? Hello? Give me the justifications for your answer. Why the pan type mixers is generally used in a precast concrete factories for mixing the concrete? Your answer is correct, pan type mixer is correct, but give me the justification. Now I will give you, see, unless and until you are not showing your interest, okay, then ultimately the teaching and learning process, you can say, a little bit in trouble. But if you show your interest in the discussion part, then ultimately you can say it gives some, you can say, uh, life for your, you can say, the lectures. Okay. So I request everyone being a part of any discussion if is going on, immediately, quickly, you have to respond it. Okay. So Prathamesh, can you elaborate? Prathamesh Daide? Prathamesh?
Sir, I thought it was a pre-stress concrete. So I give the answer like two drum because there are two different grades used in precasting.
See here, earlier we have seen that, see, I will show you the pan mixers, okay. So here we have seen that the pan mixers, and while I am delivering regarding about the pan mixers, I have told you this type of pan mixers is generally used in case of the pre-stress and precast concrete factories. Okay, and to test the concrete in case of the laboratory also, we go for the pan type mixers. Okay, so why we use this type of pan type mixers in the precast factory? Because see here, generally it is a pan type. It is a circular in shape, and in case of the pre-stress and precast concrete factory, all the concrete, whatever may be the unit, you have to constructing there. For example, ready-made beam you can construct in the precast factories. So for that purpose, there is a age with which we can do the, you can say, the manufacturing of that unit with the help of this pan type mixers. Okay. So let us see here. We have the generally two pan is there. Okay. We have the two pan here at the bottom. Wait, one minute. we have generally here, okay, this is a pipe and this is another pipe, okay. So with the help of this pipe we can easily release the discharge in the particular, you can say, the die, because we require the die in case of the manufacturing or constructions of a precast units, okay. So we can easily discharge the concrete at a particular die and we can come up with a good, you can say, the product with the help of this uh, concrete mixers, okay. So generally this type of pan concrete mixers is used in case of the precast unit. Then I would like to ask you one or two important questions. I would like to ask, the first question is, ready mix plant and central mix plant differing. We have the four options. Option A is transportation, then setting time, properties and water additions. So in the beginning of lectures we had a discuss regarding about this particular ready mix plant and the central mix plant. So anybody unmute and tell me what is the correct answer for this? Anyone unmute and tell me which option is correct? Kunal? Kunal is there? Hello?
Sir, setting time?
No. Prathamesh, can you tell me the answer? Prathamesh?
Sir, water addition?
Yes, water addition is the correct one. See here, I have the explanation for the first, okay. In ready mix plant, all the ingredients are mixed, okay, except water. So if you read this particular sentence, in ready mix plant, all the other ingredients are mixed except water. While in central mix plant, water is also used along with the ingredient, okay. So in case of the ready mix plant and central mix plant, it is differ with the water addition only. Then how many types of machine mixers are available? How many types of machine mixers? The major type of machine mixer we have seen earlier, 2, 5, 6, 3. How many? How many types of machine mixers are available? Tell me. Yes. So,
Three.
okay, very nice. The answer is 3. Why? Here we have the explanation for the second. Based on the technique
Bag.
of, okay, based on the technique of discharging mixed concrete, there are 3 types of mixers available. They are tilting type, non-tilting and pan type mixers, okay. So many types of mixers are there, but generally these are the most, you can say, the majority of the tilting type, non-tilting and pan mixers, okay. So these are the 3, you can say, the mixers we are going to use for a particular mixing of the concrete. So I will, let me check whether I have downloaded the attendance or not. Yes, I have downloaded. So if anybody is having any questions, please raise your hand and ask the questions. Otherwise, we will end today's lecture. Anybody is having a question? Hello? If anybody is
No,
having
sir.
question. So thank you once